Elden cringe. Oh no. What are we going to do, folks? Shazam, it's time to kneel. Because the reality is very clear, folks. It's over. It is over for Elden Ring. Okay, we have a lot to unpack, a lot to discuss here today. Now, we are in seemingly in a snowstorm. It's seemingly starting early, which is always fun. So I can't promise you a long show, and plus this computer might freeze because it usually does do that when it's very, very cold out here. So you got to fill the seats while we're here, because I'll tell you what, folks, we just don't know when this major snowstorm's coming in or when this computer might freeze. But in regards to Elden Ring, folks, we have a lot to talk about here today, a lot to unpack. And the Get Good crowd is coming at me with the pitchforks already. Oh, Michael, that's not how you're supposed to play my beloved Elden Ring from Software. You know, I picked up that speed dial and I called Miyazaki, and he told me, Michael, you're so damn wrong there, buddy. You don't know what you're talking about. That's what Miyazaki said, Michael. I love From Software. I love From Software, Michael. They can do no wrong, Michael. What you talking about there, buddy? Hell, you need to get good. So like I said, folks, if you're just tuning in, folks, we have a lot to unpack here, a lot to unfold in regards to Elden Ring, because I have been playing Elden Ring, okay? They sit there and said, oh, Michael's a fake gamer. He doesn't play games. Just because I don't stream them, it doesn't mean that I don't play them, okay? That's what you need to understand, okay? So I put some time into Elden Ring here, okay? About 4 hours into Elden Ring. And you could argue that's not enough time, and maybe it isn't. But based off of the 4 hours that I put into Elden Ring, I can tell you right here and right now that, well, it's not fantastic. Now, here's the kicker, okay? When I first started Elden Ring, I was actually saying, you know what? There's some fun here.
Mr. Sweden Ike donated 20 Swedish
Let's go,
krona
baby, 20 Swedish krona.
It's over, she doesn't love you, Michael, go and sleep.
No, I got to go back and play Elden Ring, right? You know, that's what they told me to do. They told me to get good. Literally, that's what was said. And then I flipped that on them, and then they got really triggered. So, nonetheless, we appreciate that. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that with a Swedish krona. I put 4 hours into Elden Snooze, and I'm not going to lie. Initially, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of hooked.
Gansto donated $2 through Super Chat. Michael is sexy. Accept reality of the situation.
Yeah, we are going to unpack and unfold. I got some tweets that I put out, and there's a lot of people that are not agreeing. I don't care. Okay, look, I gave Elden Ring a chance. I don't like Dark Souls. I don't like Bloodborne. I know that's crazy. I don't like those games. Okay? I have Demon Souls on PS5. What the fuck? Elden cringe! Elden cringe!
Israeli new shekels through Super Chat. Cat or dog, which you prefer, Michael?
Elden Ring, okay? This is what we're discussing. Look, I put 4 hours in, nonetheless, we appreciate it. Elden Ring, folks, I tell you what, the reality of the situation is very clear. And, look, I was having fun with Elden Ring. When I opened up those doors and they showed me the golden tree, I was like, damn, maybe they are right. You know, maybe Elden Ring is really fucking fantastic. You know, that was the initial feeling.
Tylon donated $10.
Let's go, baby. Tylon in the house. Holy
Michael,
shit.
Miyazaki has hit that home run. The reality of the situation is that they pull those curtains back in a way that makes sense. This game has all of the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, well, it does seem to have a lot of meat on that bone, and I appreciate that. I mean, this is a pretty, I mean, from what I could grasp, and I'm just in the starting area, you know, I mean, it's a pretty big fucking area, which is great.
Video Game Boss donated $2 through Super Chat. IGN lied, Elden Ring died.
Well, let me tell you this about the reviewers, okay? The reviewers, most of them were familiar with the Soul series. They're fans of the Soul series. There are very few reviews of people that are not necessarily new to the series. And, I mean, I played Dark Souls 3. I got Demon Souls on PS5. I played Samurai Souls. I played these games before, but I never really got into them, okay? Now, Elden Ring, I put 4 hours in here. And, you know, as a newcomer, as a casual who doesn't know what he's doing, I was still having fun, and the initial, like, okay, we're opening up the doors, the golden tree, we have to, the Elden Ring has been shattered, we have to go and reclaim whatever the fuck we're doing. I mean, I did skip the cutscene because it was too abstract for me, so maybe the fact that the game doesn't have a story, or at least a straightforward narrative, is fantastic because I don't give two fucking shits, you know what I mean? But...
Tricky Panda 65 donated $5.
Let's go, baby,
through
Tricky
Super
Panda.
Chat. The incels need to apologize to Michael Does Life and Shazam. Elden Cringe is trash.
You know, I really want to like this game, and maybe I need to put more time into it. Maybe I do need to get good, okay? But, again, I put 4 hours into it so far. I switched to New Zealand, and I got up early, and I played this son of a bitch on Series X. So if you have it on Xbox, you can play it right now. Switch it to New Zealand. I think it's coming out a little bit later on here.
Ziomic donated £1.79 through Super Chat. You, Italy, horse, men holding hands, men holding hands.
Please don't. There's a snowstorm out here. We're not doing that, okay?
Voltage sign, high voltage
it's windy, it's cold. The computer's probably going to freeze because I've underclocked it.
Ceremony,
so it's not generating as much heat. You know what I mean? The computer is not generating as much heat, so it actually very well could freeze today, which I might have to turn it back on overheating mode because if I don't, well, it might freeze. Nonetheless, we got to get moving, folks. I'll tell you that right here, right now. So I put 4 hours into Elden Ring, okay? If you're just tuning in, I put 4 hours into Elden Ring. I gave it a shot. I'm like these stupid idiots that say, "Oh, Michael's a fake gamer." You know, just because he doesn't, Michael doesn't stream his games, therefore he's a fake gamer. Imagine coming to that conclusion, dude. This is a game that I don't want to fucking stream. Initially, that was what I thought. I said, "Man, there's a lot here. I just want to shut everything off and fucking play. I don't need to look at a guide. I don't need to see what YouTube or Reddit or Twitter is saying about this game. I need to invest my time into Elden Ring." And I was like, dude, this may be a 10 out of 10. When I initially opened up the doors, I saw the golden tree, and I was fucking around a little bit, and I was like, damn, I'm kind of getting the hang of this. Dodge, got the shield out, attack, and I eventually got the fucking horse. You had to meet some fucking lady who's like, "My name is Shalashaska, and here is the taunted horse." Something fucking crazy like that. I didn't understand what was going on. Then I met fucking Santa Claus. Okay, let me show you. You guys want to see Santa Claus in Elden Ring? This isn't a spoiler, believe me. But literally, Santa Claus is in Elden Ring. And again, it's starting to spit snow out here. So I don't know how much time we do have. And hopefully this computer doesn't freeze. But I'll tell you what, folks. Let me show you guys Santa Claus. Santa's in the fucking game, bro.
Foxhound donated $9.99 through Super Chat. Glad you at least tried it, lol.
I'm telling you, I was having fun, okay? I haven't finished the story yet because I'm explaining the journey, okay? And I'll tell you what I think a lot of people are going to run into. The problems that some people are going to run into here with Elden Ring. Unfortunately, we can't look at the tweets because they want me to sign in and then kiss my fucking foot with that shit. How do we close this? We can't? Great UI. Just fantastic. This is about as good as Elden Ring.
Donated 20 Swedish krona through Super Chat. Mac will talk about the Ukraine-Russia issue.
No. We don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. How do I stop this from loading before it cancels me out? I don't know if we're going to get to the Santa because I'm going to try and get to the Santa Claus. Fuck! Okay, it's not letting me show you the Santa Claus, but we're going to show you some of the tweets that we do have. I probably should have pinned some certain things because I didn't know it was going to do this, folks. And again, the computer might start freezing here. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll tell you what, folks. Again, I put 4 hours into Elden Ring, okay? I met Santa Claus. He said, make a craft kit, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I did what he told me to do. I made a craft kit. I bought it from him, and I was like, you know what? This is kind of fucking cool. It's open world now, and so far, the difficulty, and I know we're starting to drop frames now in addition to having it snow out here, so that's really fucking fantastic. I just love when shit actually stops working. It's just the best thing ever. But, initially I was having fun. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Initially I was having fun. I was like, okay, this isn't too difficult. You know what I mean? I was hacking and slashing. There was still some challenge, don't get me wrong, as a new player. I was like, okay, I got to get the hang of the controls, got to get the hang of the rhythm. But ultimately, I was like, damn, there's something fucking here. And it was cool and it was fun to explore. It was cool and it was fun to explore. And I thought it was going to be a total bore, but this sense of like, we need to figure out what's over here, I mean, what is going on over here? Oh, wait a minute. There's something over here. I got to go check it out. So, yeah, there is a sense of discoverability. I mean, you're not going to find, like, a goddamn machine gun out in the world. You know what I mean? You're not going to find a fucking Tommy gun. You got to go fucking Lincoln Clay. But, I mean, you feel compelled to actually want to explore and collect a bunch of bullshit. You know, that's what I say. You know, you sit around, collect done, and kill everything that moves on the screen, which isn't too far off from the truth. However, it was fun. I'm not going to sit on here and say that it wasn't fun, because it was fun. Until let me show you. Until I met a boss. So the game was good until I met a boss. That's what I'm telling you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the difficulty went from fucking like very easy to super fucking hard. And that harsh kind of reality check that this game gave me was a harsh reminder that it was like, oh, I'm playing one of these games. You know what I mean? So it went from like, I can handle this and I'm enjoying myself, to this is excruciatingly, stupidly hard. And now I'm at a point where it's like, you know what? Maybe I don't like Elden Ring, you know, because I'm starting to see the framework of the game, and I'm starting to come to the realization that the open world is kind of just there for the player to grind, okay? It's kind of just there for the player to grind to then fight the bosses. Dude, if this game had like an easy mode, or if this game didn't have any bosses at all, maybe I'd say it's a 10 out of 10. Look, I don't know if that makes any fucking sense, but let me see if I can show you this right here and right now. So basically, I was having fun. Everything was smooth sailing. I thought, damn, maybe I was wrong about Elden Ring. Maybe I got to make a video on Elden Ring. But then I got the boss.
Nightwing donated $4.99
Let's go, baby.
Super Chat. You're just not good at Elden Ring, so you have to say it's bad to cover yourself and BTW.
You're not listening.
That's fake snow. You live
okay,
in
so
California.
basically, this is the problem that I have with this game, and not necessarily the game, but kind of the community behind it. They're very toxic. They're very elitist. And as soon as a newcomer comes in here, they just say, fuck off and get good. Like, imagine if you just picked up the guitar and your guitar teacher told you, get good. I mean, come on, bro. Yeah, I got to put more time into it, sure. But come on, man. The difficulty went from, like, fucking normal to like extremely hard punishing mode. We don't give a shit about you anymore. Now look, they have made some conveniences here in Elden Ring. You know, the checkpoint isn't too far off from the boss, so it's not like you got to restart the whole fucking thing over. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's where I stand as someone who has not played out, as someone who isn't into this fucking world of like, hey, someone told me that I'm fat rolling. What the fuck does fat rolling mean? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anything, and that's actually the beauty of it. Like, that's the beauty of this game. Go in with knowing nothing. And the discoverability, the sense of, like, wonder is still there. When you go in knowing everything, I feel sorry for some of these actual hardcore fans that already know every goddamn nook and cranny of this game, because the fun isn't going to be as impactful. The sense of like, holy shit, this is kind of fucking, you know what I mean? That isn't going to be as impactful because you already know what's ahead. You already know what's ahead. So let me see if I can show you guys this, okay? I'm not hating on the game. I'm just explaining my fucking perspective as someone who... and we might not be able to pull it up here, unfortunately, but maybe we will be able to pull it up here. Okay, switching to the horse. Let me just explain this, okay? Switching to the horse is stupid. I don't like how you switch to the horse. You have to cycle through your fucking items. Now, you can make it a little bit more convenient, but it's just a stupid, inintuitive way to get the horse, to call the horse, to summon the horse, whatever the horse is called. Like in Red Dead, you press up on the D-pad, he whistles, the sumbitch comes. On this, you kind of got to cycle through a bunch of bullshit, press the use button, which is X on Xbox, and then the horse comes. That's way too complex and sophisticated.
6 Israeli new shekels through Super Chat. You'd get the lore once you find a thinking cap, top hat.
I don't need the lore. Like, I don't need the story. I mean, look, if you're going to sit out here and tell me that I'm going to understand what's actually going on, I'm not. So I might as well just skip the cutscenes. I mean, the Elden Ring has been you know, shattered, okay? And we have to basically do what needs to be done. That's all I need to know. You don't need to tell me about, like, this fucking character that came from the goddamn swamps of fucking the Tarnished and, you know, whatever the fuck's... I don't need that. Like, I really don't need that. This game is surprising me. That's what I'm telling you right here and right now. This game is surprising me. But there are some things that I'm not necessarily agreeing with here.
One objection donated $5
Hell yeah, brother,
Super
we appreciate
Chat.
that.
Elden Ring? Should have called it Elder Snooze because it's so slow and boring.
It really wasn't boring until... Okay, so this... Fuck me in the ass. I guess I can't show it to you. I don't know. Twitter's retarded, but... I got to the boss, okay, And this isn't like some boss that's like 20 miles away from the starting point, I don't think anyway. This is a boss within the first grassy area. You know, I went in this cave and I'm like, oh my God, this is kind of fucking cool. You know, I'm going down in this fucking cave and there's some creatures in there that are doing the zip zap fucking shit. And I'm like, damn, this is already hard. So I died like 10 times with just the creatures alone until I figured out their animation bullshit. And then I said, okay, we got this figured out. Then we got like some fire puzzles here. We got to like time this correctly in order to progress. So we figured that out. And then we pulled the switch. Okay, we pull the switch, and then some doors open, and it's fucking boss time. And then I say, oh, okay, well, you know, I mean, I got some experience, but then the game is starting to get crazy on me. It's starting to get really fucking stupid on me, where it's like, it's a reminder that this is Dark Souls. It's a reminder that we don't give a fuck about your play style, your skill style. This is Dark Souls, and I'm glad that that's their vision. I mean, look, an easy mode wouldn't compromise that vision, but it would be a nice welcome addition, because if this had an easier mode, or if this... because this is going to be off-putting for a lot of people. You know, everyone's looking at the 10s, they're looking at the 9s, they're looking at the high scores, and a lot of people are going to be new, okay? And what the Dark Souls, Elden Ring community, Demon Souls, whatever community, they need to welcome these new players. Instead of saying good fucking good, they need to say, okay, maybe this is what you could do in order to fucking progress. Instead of telling me just, like, I'm fat rolling, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, okay? Until someone explained it to me, oh, Michael's fat rolling, get good. It's like, what does that mean? You know, and now they got me fucking naked in the game because they said I was fat rolling, so I took off all my fucking shit. Now I'm roaming around naked, and it looks stupid. So I might have to restart a whole fucking new game. You know, you guys ruined my character. I mean, I can put it back on, sure. But the point is that the extremities here between difficulty, the discrepancy between difficulty is terrible. Because the game isn't dynamically, the game should have dynamically react to how you're playing, and maybe it does. I don't think it does. It doesn't feel like it does. But the opening area is easy. Like, I can complete all that shit. I mean, for the most part, there's some creatures I don't want to fuck with, but for the most part, I'm out roaming around, stabbing some enemies, docking, blacking, doing whatever the fuck you're called in this game, and that's what we doing. We out here fucking moving, right? Okay, and then I get to a big boss who's got a big-ass fucking health bar. I stab and stab and stab, and, you know, I just figured out how to fucking sprint, believe it or not. I didn't even know how to fucking sprint. Couldn't even summon the goddamn horse. They said there was a horse in the game. I you know, until that cutscene triggered, I didn't know how to get the horse out, but I you know, eventually got the horse, figured out how to fucking run. You know, we're figuring things out as we go, and yes, you know, we do need to put more time into the game, sure, no problem. But it's starting to get a little clinical now, and I don't like the fact that enemies respawn, so everything's a little too predictable in my opinion. And I think the open world is sort of a guise. It sort of acts as a training area to the main meat and potatoes, which is, of course, the boss fights. That's the game, the boss fights. That is the game, right? And these are just kind of training areas so you can farm and kind of get a hold of yourself. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it's starting to feel like to me. The sense of discoverability was fantastic. You know, I feel compelled to keep roaming around and finding shit. They have done a great job there because I don't know what's up ahead. I don't know what's right around the corner, so I want to fucking see. I'm a curious cat. Duh!
One objection donated $5
Let's go,
through
baby.
Super Chat. Elden Ring? Should have called it Elden Snooze because it shit the bedpan and now I'm having to clean up the mess.
Like, I just don't think this is a game for everyone, and let's not pretend like it is. That's the problem with these reviewers. They handpick, these outlets handpick people that love this shit. Like, where are the reviews from people that aren't necessarily totally familiar with this shit? Like, give a newcomer this game and see if they give it a 10 out of 10, because I don't think the answer is going to be yes.
Nightwing donated
Let's go, baby.
$4.99 through Super Chat. That's the beauty of a Souls game. Everyone hates getting destroyed by the boss, but when you beat it, that's when you love the game again.
No, I understand that. I get that. I get the sense of like, holy shit, we fucking got over that hurdle that seemed impossible. I understand that, but I think the problem here, especially with Elden Ring, is that they're throwing you into it. You know, I mean, it's just like there's an off balance here, depending on how you pursue the world.
Foxhound donated $9.99
Let's go, baby! Holy shit!
through Super Chat. Here's to you sticking with it, Michael. To hear you speak about the positives tells me you can still enjoy it if you keep pushing.
Dude,
put more time in. You got this, dog.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put more time into it. Okay, now I have refunded it, but you know, I'm a magician. So I am going to put more time coming through. Hell yeah, by the way. So I'll go play more. But
Cool Guy donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Mackle is backpedaling. It's over for Ukraine.
How am I backpedaling? What do you mean? No, I don't, dude. I don't think the game. I mean, once I got to the boss, I was reminded that this is Dark Souls, this is Demon Souls, this is Bloodborne. It's that type of fucking thing. You're dead. Now, luckily, the checkpoint isn't far away, but I got to do it again, and I got to basically memorize the artificial intelligence. I got to basically time out the animations and the hitboxes and all that dumb bullshit. Like it's just weird.
Super chat. Oh, Michael, when will they start to get it? How much preaching will you have to do? They just don't understand.
Well, they just don't want to listen. You know what I mean? And you know, again, all the reviews are coming from people that have been familiar with the source material. They understand it. They get it. They're hardcore players, hardcore veterans of the goddamn From Software titles. So I honestly do believe that most of the reviews are disingenuous because they're coming from a different perspective. And most
the
people.
Raven donated 20 Canadian
Let's go,
dollars
baby!
through
Holy
Super Chat.
shit!
I appreciate you giving it a real shot.
Yeah.
I'd say to be patient to learn the patterns of enemies and find your own playstyle.
I figured that out.
You can also get help with co-op. Don't listen to the toxic community and keep up the great work.
Yeah, we could get help, and it seems like that's kind of like a big part. I don't know if you're supposed to play this alone or you're supposed to. Yeah, obviously with friends, this would be a lot fucking better. Easy. No
Nightwing
problem,
donated $1.99 through Super Chat. It's too hard, boohoo, crying face, crying face.
I mean, it is. What do you want me to tell you?
face.
You're not listening to the context that I'm giving you, you stupid idiot. Because it's now open world, it was easy initially. I was like, okay, you know, yeah, there's some challenge here, but I'm roaming around the world. The creatures aren't too fucking hard. I go into this cave, and I'm like, damn, what's in this cave? And there's layers and layers, and it's all fucking fantastic. Okay, then I get to the boss, and it's like, hey, we're going to ramp the difficulty up by fucking 500. Wait a minute, there's a discrepancy here. It was just fucking very easy. Now it's very fucking hard. Fuck this game. Like, it could have eased me in a little bit better. And I don't even know what I'm going to get by defeating that boss. Do I have to defeat that boss? Do I not have to defeat that boss? Why should I be, you know... That's the weird kind of situation with Elden Ring. It's like, okay, we have choice. We can just leave the cave. We don't have to defeat the boss. But then I kind of want to defeat the boss. I don't want to defeat the boss, but I kind of want to defeat the boss because now there's a choice. It's like, I don't want to be a fucking chicken and walk away, but at the same time, I don't want to spend fucking 4 hours on a goddamn boss. You know what I mean? So it's like, what
Leo
are we doing
Saunders donated €5 through Super Chat. Here's something for the $300 a month internet bill.
Holy shit. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that.
Read your DMs
we spend a lot. That's why I had to refund Elden Ring. You know what I mean? What you mean, homie? Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. So, I think had this game had a dynamic difficulty system like Resident Evil 4 does or some shit like that, I honestly think this could have worked out a tad bit better. In the sense that, okay, it's going to gradually push you in. Not just like, because I'm afraid to go to the, you know, there's like this weird thing you're supposed to follow to go to the main path or whatever. But if I go to that, it's going to take me right to a fucking boss that's probably even harder. So inevitably, I'm fighting bosses. Like, there's no way around that. I'm fighting bosses. And that's where the game is turning me off. Because it's going from like very easy, or at least like, you know, easy enough for me to say, okay, I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. This is kind of fucking cool. Hey, I found another cave. Let's go explore that. Oh, it's too dark. Yeah, we'll take a moment on that. But, and then it throws the bosses at me. And I'm like, well, fuck this game. I'm turning that bitch off.
Foxhound donated $1.99
you know what I mean?
Super Chat. Leave that dude and come back later and wreck him.
I mean, I've already tried it like 6 times. I tried to dude, just because I showed one clip on Twitter, I wish I could pull it up, but it keeps telling me to log in. But, dude, I've already tried this multiple times here, folks, and we made a few dents, you know, but nothing substantial. I wish I could pull it up, but unfortunately I don't think I can. This is another thing that I don't agree with here. They got these, like, fucking platform things that you can kind of... you know, they should be automatic, okay? Because quite clearly, you know, it's just like some of this shit's just not intuitive. And I know you guys are used to it, but it's like, bro, you know, I mean, I don't need the game for it. I don't need the game to kind of hold my hand. I kind of like how they just let me loose and do whatever the fuck I want. But then I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not doing the right thing. That's the problem with the open world. It's like, yes, it's fun, and that's the reason why I'm still playing it, because there is, like, I need to explore, I need to see things. Now I think a lot of the fun is going to dissipate soon, and that's what I'm saying already, is because once you see things and once you start to memorize the layout, it's not going to hold its value as much as it initially did. You get that pop in the cherry effect, like, oh yeah, remember when I played that the first time? I wish I could get that feeling back. That is Elden Ring. At least it is for me. So once I start to kind of memorize the layouts and understand how this game truly operates in the framework, the nuts and bolts, it's not going to be as special.
Chat. You probably have to level up your vigor so you don't fat roll in that heavy armor set. Don't give up, skeleton. It's a learning process and a challenge.
Well, the game doesn't really tell you what to do. It's just like, there's some prompts that pop up. Like, bro, I couldn't even figure out how to fucking do the horse. They said click L on the L stick or some shit like that. That didn't pull up no fucking horse. I got to go into the goddamn pause screen, which doesn't pull up the game, by the way. It's like, whatever. But
Redface Gaming donated $5 through Super Chat. Please continue playing the game and reviewing it, Mackle. She loves.
Well, we'll see what we can do. I mean, I'm not going to make any promises, but we will see what we can do. I'm going to try and go down to this video here. Actually, I'll just click on it. What am I thinking? There we go. I'm stupid. All right, so this is the video that I'm talking about. I know I'm stupid. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. With a $5 super chat, Redface Gaming. This is the video I'm talking about. Look at this fucking boss dismantlement. Now, obviously, this was just one approach out of many. Okay, this was me experimenting. I said, what if I just kind of run up to the boss? Because, I was dodging, I was dashing around. But, basically, it's sort of like you have to, think about, I don't know how to explain this, but, you got to look at the bosses and you kind of got to figure out their animations. You got to figure out their hitboxes. You got to figure out how long this animation is going to last and how, when to do this. It's just one of those it's just, oh man, it's not good. It's not good, bro, because it's like I'm enjoying my time. There's some challenge here. Then you go into this cave. And again, I don't know. What am I going to get by defeating him? What if I put 6 hours into this boss? I mean, it shouldn't take me that long, but it might. You guys are telling me not to give up. Okay, what if I put 6 hours into this boss? What am I going to get in return? What am I going to get in return for defeating this? Do I need to defeat this boss? Is this an extra boss? Should I walk out of the cave and never come back? My OCD is like, I need to finish this whole fucking section off. So there's not much guidance here. It's just sort of like, do whatever you want to do, and you got to go on some Wicca to fucking figure shit out. Everyone's saying fat roll. It's like, well, how am I supposed to know what fucking fat roll is? That's like telling someone who never picked up a guitar before, hey, play a power chord. They don't know what a fucking power chord is. So are you going to say get good to the fucking newbie? No. You explain things to them, and someone did, granted, but it took a little while. They should have said, hey, man, maybe, take the heavy armor off so you can roll a little faster. Then I did that. Now I'm fucking naked, and I'm assuming that, because I don't have armor on, it's going to affect the health even worse. So, I guess I got to figure out why I'm bad, how I'm bad, and then go from there. But like I said, the discrepancy between difficulty is what's really making me not like this game. It's going from casual experience, easy, kind of normal, to very fucking hard. And just a heartbeat, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, yeah, cool. There's this fucking cave. There's this sense of discoverability. It's like, yeah, this is neat. This is neat. I'm not going to sit out here and say it ain't, okay? But then you get to this really hard thing, and then it's a really hard thing, and then it just starts to damper the fucking mood a little bit, starts to damper the vibe a little bit. So that's kind of where I stand with Elden Ring, and it just seems like the open world is kind of a guise as a training ground for grinding, leveling up. I don't know how to level up. I mean, there's, you sit by the fucking fire or whatever the hell it's called in this game, and there's this level up menu, but it's complicated, convoluted, nothing's easy. I get it. It's like, hey, that's their formula. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. But I think they could have streamlined a few things here. I mean, they want to kind of push this one out there and say Elden Ring, open world. We're going to welcome everyone in. It's going to sell more copies than any other From Software title, obviously, probably. I'm assuming, right? It's a great time. There's nothing else out there to play, really. I mean, Dying Light 2 is already dead. So, you have to wonder, okay, they're trying to bring new people in, but is it really accommodating those new players? Are those reviews talking to new players? No, they're not. So is it really this masterpiece? Is it really a 10 out of 10? People are going to run into the problem that I had, where it's like, okay, I'm having fun. This may be a 10 out of 10. I was starting to convince myself I have to make the video where I'm going to say I was very wrong about Elden Ring. And then I got to the boss. And then it started to take my fun level all the way down to I fucking hate this game. And I get it. It's like picking up a guitar. You're going to start to hate it because you're not going to get it. I get it. It's sort of like that. But, when you learn a guitar, you don't go from to playing fucking Dragon and Soul.
99 cents through Super Chat. Maybe you should play an easier game like Elmo.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. I appreciate the challenge, and I damn well knew going in that that's what we were going to get. However, this game desensitized me because I spent so long in this like easy fucking open playground area, and then I go into this cave and see this boss, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's going to be probably hard, but then it was too fucking hard. And then it becomes like this like 6-hour fucking thing. Oh, let's defeat the boss. Well, maybe if we have like some people cheering me on, like if you have to play this game in co-op, that's a little silly to me. Now, I do have the AI wolves or some shit. They gave me that because I cleared out that cave. I don't know how to activate it. It's grayed out. The game doesn't really tell you how to do things. And if it does, it pops up for one moment. And then you got to like kind of like press every goddamn button on the controller to see what you're doing and sort of like figure it out that way, which is kind of cool actually, because I don't this is a game where I think you should just like shut down the internet and stop going on the internet and stop seeing what Twitter and Reddit and YouTube is saying about this shit and just fucking invest your time into. I think you're gonna appreciate it much more. But again, I think for new players, I think they're gonna stumble upon this problem here that yes, we knew it was difficult going in. I played Demon's Souls on PS5, not very much, not 4 hours of Demon's Souls on PS5. I played 30 minutes of it and turned it off because I said this is trash. You know what I mean? But this open world is doing something for me. It was starting to click. That's what I'm telling you guys. It was starting to click because I was enjoying myself. I don't usually enjoy myself here in these games. These games aren't usually fun.
Mr. T donated $4.99 through Super Chat. The only real review of Elden Ring from world-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life.
Well, it's the only review from a casual. From someone who's kind of like not really into these games. I mean, yes, I bought Demon's Souls on PS5 just to fucking have it pretty much. Otherwise, what's the point of having a fucking PS5? It's like just a tech demo for me. Look how cool it looks, I mean, look at the visuals. But I was never into these games because they weren't fun. That was the problem. And I was having fun, and I forgot, like, oh yeah, this is one of those games. And I understand, like, yeah, boss fights should be hard. They shouldn't be easy. I'm not asking for the boss to, like, just lay down for me and stab his ass. Like, that's not what I'm asking for. But
Troy's Sports and Games
it's a little
donated
too fucking,
$2 through Super Chat.
The severity.
Best independent games journalist, we love you, Mackle.
Yeah, and I get a lot of flack. They just tell me to get good. And I get it, like, maybe I'll boot this game up after the show and beat his ass within one round. I mean, maybe we'll get lucky. I mean, look, bosses should not be easy. I agree with you guys. It should be hard. This should be a difficult thing to accomplish, and it is, at least for me. But going from very easy to, going from, we're enjoying our fun in the sun over here in this open world, things aren't that hard, and then going into this cave, and then you fight this, like, cat boss or whatever the fuck this thing is. Huh? What are we doing? Like, I don't want to, like, take the bosses out for me. I mean, or at least make them a little easier.
One objection donated $5 through Super Chat. Elden Ring? Should have called it Elder Snooze because I kept dying.
How many times have you fucking said that, bro? I swear to God, you keep donating the same thing. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate you. Let me go ahead and see what else. This is another thing that I didn't agree with. It's a nitpick, but when you're on the horse, I thought, okay, maybe we'll just run over the enemies. You know what I mean? Because the horse is new in Elden Ring here. I know that. That's a brand new edition here in the Souls. Well, it's not a Souls game. I get that. But, the From Software games, they never had a fucking horse before unless it was, maybe Sakaro did. I don't know. I didn't play that one. But, obviously, this is new here for Elden Ring. And I thought, okay, we'll just like plow down the enemy. The game does have physics, so I thought like they would dynamically react, but they don't. So, I thought like, okay, that's going to be my cheat code. Let's just like run down the enemies, but they don't do anything. So when you go real fast on the fucking horse, or whatever the hell it's called, they just kind of like, it's like hitting a brick wall, but nothing happens. So, and again, pulling up the horse, like equipping the horse, summoning the horse, whatever you want to call it, like you gotta. Let me show you this. It's a convoluted process. Maybe there's a way to streamline it, but I'm not being told how to do it. So it's like you guys want to help, but then you don't want to help because you're mad because I'm just like pointing things out like, oh, wait a minute, Michael, that's not, you literally have to like cycle, so you have to press like 5 fucking buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to select the ring, and then you use it, and then you get on the horse. Now there is an easier way to do this because I unequipped the potion, but I need the fucking potion when I'm in combat, so there's like no other
Mr.
option,
T
bro.
donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Monster Hunter World is decades better than Elden Ring.
Well, shit, I might have to try that out then. I mean, because, believe me, I was having fun. I was like, bro, dude, I put 4 hours into this game. If I wasn't having fun, I would have quit. Then I got to the boss, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I get it. We're going to take our time. We're going to practice. We got to figure out these animations, and I was starting to get the hang of it. And, maybe we'll eventually defeat him, no problem. But right now, I think that's going to be the biggest hurdle for a lot of people, especially newcomers like myself, to say, okay, should we continue investing time into Elden Ring? Are they going to get that sense of encouragement? Now, if they're playing co-op or something like that, then, it's probably going to be a hell of a lot easier. But, is the game really designed to play in co-op?
Ganster donated $5 through Super Chat. These games are only for PP up for the challenge who are willing to grind and learn. If first boss makes you want to quit, maybe you should unless up for it.
So you're telling me that this game... I don't get the mentality of these fucking elitists. You guys are like fucking Eddie Van Halen out here being a toxic prick. Like, oh, I know how to play the fucking solo.
Gamer D donated $1.99 through Super Chat.
These guys should be welcoming in.
Games shouldn't be this difficult. Get good, son.
Well, wait until the people play that are new to the franchise, okay? And see their reaction. I mean, look, I'm just telling you from experience, the game desensitized me. That's what I'm telling you. I knew these games were hard going in, and I'm welcoming a challenge. It's like, I need a little challenge, otherwise the boss fights are going to be, pretty fucking boring. But it went from, like, very easy to very, 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 very fucking hard. So what do? Level up my dude, come back, and then defeat him? That means I got to grind. And that's why the enemies are respawning in the world. So, like I'm saying, I'm starting to see the framework here. I'm starting to see, like, the inner workings of the nuts and bolts, the mechanics. And I'm not talking about what you visually see. I'm talking about, like, the fucking T-pose shit, I mean, I ain't seeing T-pose in this game. Obviously, that's not happening. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm starting to understand from a developer perspective, as I'm not a dev, like, maybe how this is kind of inner working, like, what they're trying to pull off here, and it's starting to lose some of its pizzazz that it initially had. When I opened up the doors, I saw the golden tree. I think maybe that's the Elden Ring. I don't fucking know what it is, but it looks cool. And I was like, damn, this is kind of cool. I was roaming around at my own pace, doing what I wanted to do, and there was this like big horse boss, and I'm like, well, we're not gonna approach the big horse boss because I don't even know how to fucking play this game. And then I met the Santa Claus guy, and he told me to fucking make the craft kit, and I said, okay, no problem. This is kind of getting good. Shit, this is better than any other goddamn FromSoft game. And then we start playing boss, and then it just starts not being fun. And it's like, why are we playing this game if it's not fun? Like, I get it, guys. It's like Super Meat Boy. It's like, what other game is incredibly difficult? Super Meat Boy. There's a few other games that are incredibly difficult, but like,
Max Brinkman donated $2 through Super Chat. Open up the lines, Michael.
Yeah, we'll do that in a moment. Usually it's a toxic mess, so we're gonna hold that off in a minute because we got more to explain and more to talk about here. Okay, we're gonna get to it, but give me a moment. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to show you guys here. Let me see. Yeah, again, switching to the horse is just convoluted. I don't like that at all. Maybe there's a better way to do it. I don't know. The game isn't telling me. How am I supposed to know that I'm doing the wrong thing? In fact, by me doing the wrong thing, that actually makes the experience. Like, that's what you guys need to understand. It's not so much about the destination. It's more so about the fucking journey. I want to make these mistakes. Now they're saying fat roll. I wish I hadn't known that. I wish I would have been totally ignorant to this. So if you guys know more, don't tell me, because I want to play this in a stupid way, because I'll eventually get good. Well, I don't know if I will, but, fuck it. If I play it the wrong way, too bad. It's like the guitar, I guess. I guess these games are just like playing the guitar. You can play the guitar a wrong way. You might not have the proper fucking, you might not play it the correct way, but at the end of the day, as long as you get to where you want to go, and that journey, if it's satisfying to you, so be it. Who cares if you're playing it the wrong way? Who cares if I'm fucking fat rolling? Who cares? I mean, these idiots are elitists.
W donated £1.79 through Super Chat. This game isn't for you.
That's not true.
Keep coming.
You guys are fucking cucks. You guys are cocky pricks. That's what you guys are. You guys are. So let me tell you this. You're going to tell every newcomer that this game isn't for them because they're going to bitch about how hard it is. Look at Sifu. Sifu just is going to implement an easy mode. But it's going to be an optional thing. I'm not saying this game needs an easy mode. But But you have to understand the learning curve for a lot of new players, and millions of people are going to buy this for the very first time. That's what you need to understand. This is a multi-plat game that's out on every fucking console. More people are going to buy this than ever before. This is going to be the best-selling From Software game because of the reviews, and everyone's saying it's great, it's fantastic. But they're not understanding that when you get in here, there's a discrepancy between difficulty levels, okay? And that's due to the open world. In Demon's Souls PS5, you get right into the action. It's right hard from the bat. That's why I turned it off within 30 minutes. You get the hard right up front. You're not getting the hard right up front. The clock is not hard immediately. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's happening. They're not throwing you the dodgeball as hard as they can right off the bat. So you you get comfortable. You get comfortable within this world here. And you're like, damn, having fun because it's not incredibly difficult. I told you guys, when I fight the bosses, I want a challenge. In Resident Evil, they amp the difficulty up because it's a fucking boss fight. But they're not impossible. You don't have to, like, totally memorize.
Mackle, I don't play these games because I don't have the patience, persistence.
I mean, you have to have no life to play these games, I guess.
I stay in my lane but appreciate these games and the point.
I guess you just have to have no life to play these games. I mean, you're telling me I got to go grind? That's why the enemies and items are respawning? Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that Gonzo coming through. So, you know, you guys want to sit there and say, oh, Michael, get good. Oh, Michael, this game is... No, this game is... Don't say the game isn't for me. I was saying that it was fun. I gave it a shot. I gave them my money. But right now, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay... You know, I don't know how to explain it. You guys are already desensitized to this shit.
Objection,
you guys already know everything you want to expect. I hate to be you.
Elden Ring? Should have called it Elder Snooze because Michael does life, but he should do me instead. By the way, I'm a girl Earl with big boobar. Yeah, that's what they all say. You know, play Elden Ring and then bitch. Throw the controller out the window. And then, you know, it sort of undoes, you know, again, when you die, it sort of undoes... I mean, look, I don't know what it's taken away from me. I don't know, and I don't care enough to know. But I do know that the checkpoint system is a lot more. It's more convenient than ever before. You know, I'm a fucking.
It isn't like fucking Returnal.
$1.99 through Super Chat. Get good. Change gear so you don't fat roll.
Oh, come on, you fucking piece of shit! Oh, Michael, you're fat. Shut up! Damn, I'm gonna reset the whole game. I'm gonna fat roll the whole time. Because if I never posted that clip, I would have never known to not. Dude, that's what the goddamn character comes with, you dumbass. Literally, that's the default option. Holy shit, bro. Oh, that's who you are. You're the one that told me that. Oh, Michael's fat rolling. Dude, imagine being like not a virgin to this. Like you're literally you're not hyped for this game because you already know what to expect. Like imagine knowing the game before it even fucking comes out. You guys aren't even playing it because it's not out yet. Doesn't come out until like, you know, a few hours from now. I think it unlocks for PC players or so. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? So I don't know, man. You guys need to welcome new players. You guys need to welcome new players. I'll tell you that right here, right now. You guys need to welcome new players, and you need to kind of like say, okay, because this game is going, because if this game sells incredibly well, you know, maybe From Software maybe deviates away from this fucking like fantasy hard, you know, maybe they get into like a sci-fi thing. That'd be fucking cool. But like Returnal is harder. Returnal is a harder game than this game. Absolutely. Absolutely. This game is easier than previous titles from my memory anyway. I mean, it's hard, don't get me wrong, but only in certain spots. The bosses are fucking hard. They're nearly impossible. Unless you want to spend 6 hours of your life just grinding. But Returnal doesn't fuck around. Returnal is a game that doesn't fuck around. So if you want a really hard game, you play Returnal. Because when you die in Returnal, you go back all the way to the fucking ship. And you got to redo all that bullshit again. It's just a different layout because it's procedural generated. That's why I turned that bullshit off within fucking 20 minutes. I said, fuck this bullshit. Ain't nobody playing that. Ain't nobody playing that garbage. But this is a little different. This is a little different. They did cave a little bit. Miyazaki did cave a little bit. Because he's adding more conveniences for the new players. And yet you want to alienate those new players because you're a fucking elitist cuck. Kiss my fucking ass. Get on your knees and kiss it, okay? Because it's bullshit how you guys want to sit there and say, oh, but Michael, this is what you're supposed to do. I'm glad I'm not playing with co-op. I'm glad I'm not, because these nerds would spoil the whole game for me.
Gamer D donated $1.99 through Super Chat. I hate difficult games. She loves you.
I mean, I don't hate difficult games. I want the boss to be kind of difficult. I want to overcome. I want that sense of accomplishment and sense of achievement. But when it's nearly impossible, and when you're spending like 6 hours on one, not that I did, but I mean, it would take me at least probably an hour and 30 minutes, if that, just to maybe figure it out totally, and then kind of proceed. And it's still a roll of the dice. It's still a roll of the dice. Look, the game is fun. I am not going to lie. The game is fun until you run into big bosses that are incredibly hard. It's like the Division. In the Division, you can go in New York City. You can go to the hard areas where the characters are at like level fucking 10, and you're at like level 2. Of course that's impossible, but you know that you don't fuck with that. So the level of difficulty here is it's a little off balance, because it's giving you very easy shit. I mean, if I could pull it off, it's pretty fucking easy. I mean, most of the enemies aren't that hard. They're really not. I mean, you got to figure them out here and there, but it's not like it's impossible. Like that's the challenge I like, where it's like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel before you even enter the challenge. That's what I need. But when I'm fighting these big ass bosses, yeah, they look cool. The animations are fantastic. It's like, well, what the fuck is this cat thing with the goddamn sword? It's like breathing fire out of his ass. Yeah, this shit's cool, but it's like, bro, this is what are we doing
Devil
here?
Donated $1
I'm gonna walk out of the cave
through Super Chat. Take your time, grab that thinking cap, don't be salt.
Why aren't you playing this? I don't know why you guys are here now. Because you can't play. You don't got a fucking Xbox. And by the way, the game in terms of performance, there's FPS drops on Series X in performance mode. So I can't imagine how this is going to run on PC unless you have a very, very high-end machine. So good luck, PC players, but hopefully it's not a disaster, because obviously it's not out yet on PC, I don't think anyway. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I think that is coming later today, and hopefully it runs well for you guys and your rigs, and but I mean, like I said, guys, I mean, I know you guys know a lot more than this, you know everything, but
Gamer D donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Luigi Haunted Mansion 3 made me rage quit.
Bro, that's not hard. That is not hard. Play Returnal, play fucking Super Meat Boy, play fucking There's tons of games that are just, and I knew that going in. It wasn't like I was totally stupid. Like, it wasn't like I went out to the store and just bought Elden Ring because I saw the 10 on Metacritic. You know what I mean? Because I saw the 97 on Metacritic. No, I knew going in that it was going to be hard. But I forgot about that. The game made me forget about that.
New players need to be open to challenge. Nervous sweat.
I literally just said I welcome the challenge. I said, bro, I like I said, I'm not totally naive to this. I have Demon Souls on PS5, but I didn't play no one. I didn't even play one hour of that shit. I tried, believe me, and it's just too stupid. It's too stupid, because then you go right back. You know what I mean? This is a little different. You got kind of the checkpoint system, the bomb, whatever the hell it's called, the fucking, I don't even know what it is. Nor do I care. All I know it's a checkpoint. I'm gonna fucking do it, and then we're gonna get checkpointed. And then when you die, you go back to that fucking checkpoint. And they're a little bit more scattered throughout, I guess. I don't know how to explain this, but if I had to grade the game now, I would probably, it'd be pretty low. And that's because I kind of have, I think, I don't know. Maybe I need to follow the main path and then go from there and see where that takes me. But it might even get harder. And I'm not interested in just doing, like, if the game is secretly just, the whole game is just kind of like boss fights, that's like the meat and potatoes of this experience, then I don't think it is for me. But, it's kind of in disguise here, more so than ever before. Now, had they called this Dark Souls 4, well, first of all, it wouldn't have sold as well. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, it's just one of those things. Like I said, I'm glad that the bosses are difficult. I mean, I need a difficult, but I need a difficult. But I think you guys are playing in fucking co-op mode or some shit, right? You guys are playing in co-op mode, so it's like, okay, you're playing with a fucking friend. Everyone know, the community knows the ins and outs before they even touch the game. That's pretty fucking boring to be honest. But it's like, you guys are probably going to be playing with other players. Yeah, the difficulty goes down then. If I could activate my wolves or whatever the fuck I got, that would be actually helpful, because then I could distract the enemy, and then maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. But the game doesn't tell me how to fucking do that. How am I supposed to know how to do everything? Am I supposed to just turn the game off and go on the internet? Should I buy the strategy guide? Come on, guys. Look, I'm glad they don't hold your hand totally and you get kind of right in within the world. But there's got to be a balance, and I don't know if this game kind of balances it out in a way that makes sense. That's totally welcoming for new players. We don't have any reviewers. I mean, I don't know about that, but most of the reviews seem like it was from people that are totally accustomed to this shit, and that's why the game scored well, because they were already like in that mindset that like, okay, this is Dark Souls, this is Demon Souls, this is Bloodborne. It's like all of that shit fused together, mended together. The incredibly insane difficult is here, yet it's open world, and that's just where we stand. So let's go ahead and open up the lines, folks. I think it's starting to snow a little bit harder here. I'm not sure how much time we have left. It is the reality of the situation. 818-284-4568. Again, the computer could freeze, so we're going to see where we stand on that. But it is ultimately the way the cookie crumbles. I'm still going to play it, but I'm just not looking forward to boss fights. Like, I want to explore caves, but I think I already know how those cave systems work. I think there's a boss at every... I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems like there's going to be a big boss at every goddamn cave, and it's just like I'm going to be dreading that. And I was like, it's cool to see the fucking bosses, but... Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael, how's it going?
Yeah, we out here.
Yeah, we talked the other day briefly about Elden Ring. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm glad to hear you actually gave it a shot here. I just wanted to talk to you about it briefly and what you're having some difficulties with. And I agree, it's kind of shitty. Don't listen to the people that are trying to be elitist and shit, because I don't know what they're after. Because every time you start a game, like a Souls game, it's kind of difficult, and you want somebody to kind of, well, it's good to at least have somebody to kind of give you a few pointers.
Well, the bosses are difficult. Nothing else is about the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it was like,
So
I was enjoying my time with the game until I went in that cave, and I wanted to complete the whole cave. I pulled the lever, the door open, and I'm like, okay, it's boss time. I'll try it. And then I tried it for like 8 times. I'm like, well, we're not even getting halfway down on the bar, health bar. So it's like, I mean,
Humble Kino review.
Well, the beginning areas are always kind of going to be a little easier, so you can get an idea of how to play the game.
What do you
Usually
mean, bro?
they're pretty tough, but
well, I mean, yeah, but eventually,
not Demon Souls.
You level
that
up.
Game was pretty. Yeah, I know, but like I want you to understand, because I think you think the game is all about the boss fights. But
it is.
Usually with these games, the level design and enemies between bosses are actually pretty like intricate and planned. Right. So you kind of have to figure out a way to get through the levels as well, and it's not just rushing right through to get to the bosses.
Well, usually. I wasn't rushing to get to. I wasn't rushing to get to the boss. I just explored a cave, and I wanted to complete the whole cave to say that I did that or whatever the fuck. But every time you die, the enemies respawn anyway. So
yeah, I'll concede with you. The game doesn't really. These games don't really hold your hand. And
well, how do you think this is going to be? Because I mean, but hold on, you got to think about it like this. This is Elden Ring. It's literally more people than ever that are totally new, totally a virgin to this shit are going to jump in it for the first time. And I think it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people, because it's like, they start playing this, they start having fun, then they get to these bosses, then it becomes like this grueling fucking grind, where it's like it just feels clinical at that point. And again, I get it. I'm all for a challenge, but at the end of the day, like I think, like I said, it's just going to be a rude awakening for some people that may be totally new, or just like they look at the scores, they go out and buy it, and they're like, yo, I'm having fun, open world. Now again, if you're starting with like 2 players in mind or whatever the fuck, then yeah, it's probably not going to be that hard with 2 fucking players.
Yeah. I mean, you can, and do you know about the message system as well in the game?
Yeah, I don't really play online, so none of that really appeals to me at all. But I mean, I guess that
offline completely, or is because you can leave if you look at if you're playing the game and your system's online, you can leave messages on the ground for other players that give like pointers and tips and shit.
Yeah, like Death Stranding. That's interesting. Like Death Stranding. That's interesting.
Yeah, right. So like before a boss fight, you can like see messages on the ground and shit that'll be like, try this or try that.
Right.
Because a lot of these bosses in these games, they seem really hard at first, but they all have a sort of like a weakness or a something you have to figure out about them, and that's what makes them kind of interesting to me anyway. And I get what you're saying, because the first time I played a Souls game, I was like you, man.
But you didn't have the open world sort of element where it's like, okay, this is the easy land, and everything's fucking easy, and then you go into this cave and you fight this cat fucking boss that's throwing fire out his ass. It's like, okay, now we're starting to play the real game. That was all bullshit out there. This is the real game in here, and it's all just boss fights. And I think they kind of want you to grind within this open world now. But I don't know, man. I'll give it more time, and maybe we'll get really lucky, and maybe we'll actually get good. But right now, it's kind of hard to have as much fun as I was initially having, due to that fact that it's like, well, I kind of, and I don't even know if I need to complete the boss. That's like the new thing here. It's like, okay, in the other games they were linear, so it's like you already know what you're doing. And this son of a bitch, it's like, what am I getting by completing the boss? Am I going to get anything, or is it just like totally optional?
There's probably certain bosses that are optional. But
have you played it? You guys are playing Elden Ring right now?
No, I'm still waiting. I mean, I have played all the other Souls games, and I didn't want to spoil too much, so I haven't looked into like the wiki or like watched too many videos.
Go into it totally new. I mean, that's the fun of it. That's the fun of it. The sense of like, okay, you don't know where everything's at. And, don't be looking up no fucking guides or anything like some people do.
Like I said, when I have first played a Souls game, I was kind of I was about ready to give up the goat, right? But eventually I did beat that first.
Yeah,
boss.
But this one has the option of you don't. Yeah, but this one has. Yeah, but the thing is, the difference between you and I, and when you started and when I started, is this one has the option to turn around and do something else, like the other ones didn't. So. It is a little different.
I get that.
I think you'd be even more frustrated because it's giving you easy difficulty pretty much, and then you go into these certain areas, you see a big boss, and it's taking it up to very, very hard, which is kind of annoying. And like super annoying, because it's like
we'll see what happens with that. I would kind of agree with you there, but I'm sure as the game progresses, because from what I'm seeing, there's 100+ hours of content.
Oh yeah, bro, like dude, I spent 4 hours kind of doing nothing. I mean, just taking some enemies out, and exploring the green area, whatever the hell it's called, the open world at the beginning.
Yeah, man. Well, it's cool to see that you're not just doubling down on what you said and you're actually giving it a fair shot out here, which is nice to see. You know, but definitely, man. I mean, you should, if you want. The best way I think to play these games you want to build your character in like a certain way, and there's lots of different ways to build characters. And I mean, you might not want to look up a build, but that's probably what I would do if I was a new player. But other than that, yeah, man. I mean, keep playing, and it's a learning experience, definitely. What the reason I really like these games, as opposed to a lot of stuff that comes out now, is just because a lot of shit that comes out now isn't challenging at all. You know what I mean? And like when I was gaming as a kid,
well, I mean, Returnal, Sifu. I mean, there's some challenging games out there.
Yeah, Sifu is hard. Sifu and Returnal. I haven't played Returnal. I turned
that off after I got to the big boss. I said, "Well, we're done because when we die, we going back to the spaceship, and I'm not doing all that bullshit over again. Kiss my fucking foot with that. That's literally work. That's punishment. That's not fun. I don't play games for that reason. And this is a little different because of the open world aspect and because of the checkpoints being so fucking close to the boss. It's like, okay, we're just down the road here. We'll do it again. We'll try it again. Now, if it had me doing something a little bit crazier than that, I would have said, okay, the disc comes out of the console. But at the end of the day, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So it's going to be interesting to see some of the user reviews and some of the new players. Obviously, the old school players are going to feel right at home. But
yeah, usually these games don't get a ton of great user reviews. I mean, they do from people that know what they're getting into, but obviously,
right. Well, that's kind of I think that's kind of the. I'm not going to say it's a problem, but I think that's kind of why the reviews are so high, is because the outlets picked like, okay, you know Dark Souls, you know Demon Souls, you know Bloodborne, you know those From Software titles. Review Elden Ring right here, and then of course the Elden Ring, of course the From Software fans are going to say it's the best thing since sliced bread, because if you like it, you're going to love this, right? So I don't know if it's going to be like that for everyone. Because again, that contrast between
definitely not.
It's like a Nirvana song. It goes soft and then it goes fucking hard. And when that moment does happen, you might not be ready for it just quite yet. And then again, if you're not playing with someone else or you're not looking up shit online, you might be a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see a lot, because there's going to be a lot of new players here, more so than ever before. So I think that's what the community needs to embrace, because I know they kind of want to keep it closed and maybe get a little elitist about it, but I don't know. We'll see. And hopefully this runs on PC pretty well, because on Series X there's some dips, not severe, but they're definitely noticeable.
Yeah. I think it'll. I don't know. I haven't played. I got it on PS5. I'll probably get it on PC at some point. But I agree with you there.
Oh, yeah.
The game's not for everybody. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 for everybody. But it doesn't. There's a learning curve there. But once you kind of get in the motion, you get your feet wet. You kind of figure out what the game's about and how to do things, how to go about things. I think it'll really open up for you. But hell yeah, man, keep it up, and hopefully you enjoy your time.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate it. Hello, you're on the air. You guys, it's starting to snow a lot harder out here. We might have to wind this one down. Can't get shit fucking not working out here. Hello, you're on the air. It's starting to snow pretty hard out here.
Got to talk about your car insurance.
Cringe. We don't got time. It's starting to snow out here. I'm in literally a snowstorm, guys. I warned you beforehand that this was going to be the case. I'm not trying to get shit not working out here. Let's go. Hello, you're on the air.
Good, bitch.
Cringe. See, that's why I'm not totally on board with the community's worse than the actual game. The community can kiss my fucking ass. It's just get good, bitch. That's all it is. Get good. Let's see your gameplay, you fucking cunt. Stupid piece of shit. That's what I thought. You don't want to post your gameplay. You don't want to go into this fucking. You're stupid, dude. Get good. Play Returnal. Play fucking Returnal. Returnal's way harder than this bullshit. Way harder than this bullshit. You want to fucking talk about? Play Returnal. Get your ass up and play Returnal. Play Sifu. Play those games. That's what I fucking thought. Get good. Yeah, get fucking good. Stupid fuck. Retard. Alrighty, folks. Well, I think we're going to wind this one down here in a few moments. It's just getting a little too snowy out here. I'm not sure if you could see that on the camera, but, it's starting to come down a little bit more consistently now. So we might have to, unfortunately, wind this one down, but I'll put more time into the game. No problem. That's fine with me. But, I just hope it holds. I hope it holds that sense of fun. But, again, when I run into bosses, it's going to be a, one of those things where it's like, well, I'm too scared to face it. I'm going to run out and avoid boss fights. So, because it's just too hard. It's not because it's too hard. It's because more so it's like extremely impossible unless you start memorizing patterns or playing it co-op. You guys play it co-op. You guys play PvP or whatever the hell it's called. So that's why you guys have it in perspective. Play this solo. Play this totally offline. Do what I'm doing. Let's see if you guys can handle that challenge, because you guys play with your friends. They all know the ins and outs. They probably already looked at all the fucking caves and dungeons and all that. I'm sure all that's already out, because it usually is at this point in time. But I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't think the game is holding up as well as I initially thought, and that's because of just again, the discrepancy between difficulty. It's like it starts you out and you're having fun because it's not an incredibly hard thing, and that's what happens with people that go to the gym. That's what happens with people that play guitar. It's like yeah, the longer you play it, the better off you're going to get. But it doesn't mean there's no guarantee that you're going to be really that good. So. You have to kind of not have. You kind of have to have no life to play these games. That's what it really boils down to. It's like, unless you're like a technical wizard, technical master at these fucking games, you kind of have to just submit to these games and not do anything but play them. You got to be a virgin, I guess. It seems like you have to. I was enjoying my time. It was plenty difficult enough, and then it just started to go stupid with me. It started to go. If it had a dynamic difficulty system and it figured out what the player was doing wrong and kind of fix that in, there's plenty of games that do that. Then maybe we could do something a little bit more here. Maybe the game would be, if the game dynamically adjusted based off of how you were doing or how poorly or how amazing you were doing. I think that would be a much better approach.
Silent
but
Chill donated
it is what it is.
£4 and 49 pence through Super Chat. Destiny 2 Witch Queen is a scam. You're covering the wrong news, Mike.
I don't care about Destiny 2. They could take that and shove it up the ass. I never played that trash. That's a grind game too. This felt less of a grind, and that's why I kept at it. I said, okay, this is starting to kind of click a little bit. I unlocked the horse. I'm talking NPCs. This guy's telling me to get the crafting kit. That's cool. It was actually okay. Well, I guess we're done. The computer has froze. It is over, folks. I told you guys that this was going to happen. The computer, it's over. There's no way that we're going to be recovering this, so we're going to have to turn this one off. The computer has froze, folks. folks. I told you guys that this was going to happen. Get the super chats in while you can, because we're going to be shutting this off within a couple of minutes here. The computer has froze. The computer has froze.
You should have just stuck to interviewing people.
Shut up, dude. The computer has froze. It's literally 22 degrees Fahrenheit out here. 22 degrees Fahrenheit out here. So the computer doesn't like cold weather. I've noticed that. So I'm not sure if it's the GPU freezing up or what have you, but clearly the show is over now because the computer has froze. Unfortunately, when it gets too cold out here, the computer literally freezes. So, there's nothing that I can do, and it's snowing too badly anyway, so I guess this is our time to wrap this up before the mouse. I mean, I can still move the mouse for now, but yeah, the computer has froze, folks. I mean, it's just stupid cold out here. I know that doesn't play off on the camera well, but it is cold out here. No one would, no one's stupid enough to come out here and do a show for you guys in this weather. But look, the computer has froze, and with that said, now it's getting totally worse. So we're going to have to end this before it gets totally bad. But we do appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show, and we'll see how this Elden Ring situation unfolds. But right now, if I had to grade it, it wouldn't be a high score. In fact, it'd probably be less than a 5 out of 10. So take that as you will, but that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. We'll see you soon. It's over. Computer's froze, guys. I can't do anything else. It's not going to recover. It never does. So that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, and we'll see you later. Get good, guys. Get good. Hey, Michael, get good. You're so dumb, Michael. You're so stupid. Get good, Michael. You're so dumb. You're so stupid, Michael. Get good, Michael. Oh, my God, Michael. Get good. Oh, my God, Michael. You're playing the game wrong. You're playing the game wrong. We don't want this game to sell. We don't want From Software to succeed, Michael. We want to keep this to our own self. I'm tired of that elitism, and people can say that there's some helpful players out there, but I don't want help. I kind of don't want help, really. I mean, that ruins the whole fucking fun. I want to play this the wrong way and see if I can accomplish it with the wrong way in mind. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of knowing the proper way. That's stupid. You know what I mean? That's boring. That's stale. But that's going to do it, folks. It's over, and we'll see you soon. Take care.